Did you cry when I found you in the night? Staying up till 5 a.m. Told me you and him were friends. Woke up in a burning home. Blame myself, I should have known. The staying up late, sealed our fate, buried in the catacombs. Setting fire to the life we made. Such a fucking waste of time. Said you love me till my heart decays. Guess my darling changed her mind. And talks my heart online. Too afraid to find that you changed your mind from sleepless nights. Was I part of your design? Push me till I broke alone. No one heard my heart explode. It's a suicide dive, just kneel when you die and question everything you know. Setting fire to the life we made. Such a fucking waste of time. Said you love me till my heart decays. Guess my darling changed her mind. And talks my heart online.
All right. Gentlemen, start your engine!
Ladies and gentlemen, race fans from across the country and around the world. While it may still be a dark time in the world of motorsports with the loss of Kyle Busch just a week ago, it's time to kick off the 4th season of BRRA Cup racing here at Daytona International Speedway. The Daytona 250 is upon us, and what a race we have ahead of us. Michael Ponder Jr. will start on pole position, but that doesn't mean a lot as Daytona has 250 miles of 200+ mile an hour drafting will certainly shake up the field all night long. Will Trenton Johns go back-to-back and pick up yet another Daytona 250? Will Michael Ponder Jr. do the unthinkable and win from pole? Or will an underdog surprise us tonight? There's only one way to find out, and that time is now. Good evening, racing fans, and welcome to the Green Flag Racing Network. I'm Robert McKay. Alongside myself for the first time ever is Reserve Wolf. Wolfie, welcome to the GFRN family. It's great to have you tonight.
It is great to be here. It's going to be my first time commentating some iRacing action. I genuinely could not be more excited. I've been watching NASCAR since I came out of the womb, and as you mentioned, it has been a dark time in motorsports. When I was born, I was basically just born a Kyle Busch fan. So I've really been watching it a little bit more lately, and this really excites me.
Yeah, you're seeing there Michael Ponder Jr. leaving pole position only for the one and only Rowdy. A touching tribute done to Dale Earnhardt in 2001. And most recently, Tyler Reddick at Charlotte. Leaving that pole position only for the greatest to ever do it. And while we will celebrate the life of Rowdy and remember him, we'll have our silent lap on lap 18, just like we did in the duels. Tonight is not all dark and gloomy. It's the Daytona 250, the start of season 4 of the BRRA Cup Series. And I'm thrilled to be here.
Yeah, you couldn't have said it any better. And I'm sure these drivers are just as thrilled as us to kick off with the season. This is one of those moments where you get to kind of show everybody who you are as a driver, kind of show them what you're going to be made of this season. It's a super speedway, so anything can happen. Different things happen, but you'll get to see a lot of skill in this race.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of super speedway racing is luck, but a good chunk of it too is skill, right? Being able to work the draft in your favor is one of the biggest parts about super speedway racing that a lot of people mistake. So it's going to be great seeing these drivers tonight try to work their way through the field. You see a ton of Kyle Busch tribute schemes throughout the field tonight.
Yeah, they're all beautiful schemes. Every car today looks beautiful in this 12 p.m. time frame. So it's just going to be really interesting to see who comes out with their scheme intact at the end of the race. That is the main goal, it feels like.
The question is, who is it? Or yeah, the question is, who is? Most people won't, is how I should have worded that. It's definitely going to be chaotic. We got 100 laps of racing here at Daytona. 16 cars will start tonight. That's one of the largest fields in BRRA history. And it's all happening here on the Green Flag Racing Network. That pace truck heading into the tri-oval. It dies down for the first time this season. Coming through the tri-oval, the 13 leads the field to green, and we're racing in Season 4 for the BRRA Racing Association. Coming through the tri-oval, the 41 and the 13 still leading the field. See some guys lagging behind here in the back. That's the 22, the 7, and the 25. Not a great start for those drivers. So you get a nice wide shot of all the drivers tonight. '41 dives down to the inside, blocking off Michael Ponder Jr. See, that's Yuli Kauser playing great defense, top and bottom here. Defending both lanes. See the 37 here behind the 41, 13 right behind. That inside lane is really starting to show their dominance very early on here. Do you see a bunch of drivers move to the top as I say that? They like to make me liars.
Call that one a caster curse sometimes. It really does feel like they're listening to you, and you know, maybe if we tell them to ease up a little bit, they'll listen to us. It's been a lot of energetic battle back and forth for the second lap. We go into the third right here. Still 97. You can't win it in this first 3 laps. You can make up the position, but we got to remember these drivers are going to have strategies. There's going to be at least 4 stops this race, and maybe more depending on how antsy these drivers get and how much bumping and banging they do.
Yeah, exactly. And the name of the game here is to play it easy through the first, few laps, right? Like, you do not want to wreck your race car on lap 4 of 100. Right, so these drivers, seeing most of them ripping the bottom here, are going to be playing it easy, trying to save fuel, trying to eliminate that 4th stop, running about half throttle. Let's ride on board here with Brian Reyes, currently sitting in the 2nd position. Seen hitting speeds well over 200 miles an hour. Go back here to 8th place to Christopher Rosca. You see him saving a lot of fuel here. And then you have drivers like the 99 of Edward Manns, who are just balls to the wall trying to make up positions. Very risky strategy early on here on the Daytona 250.
Yeah, and that inside line, they are struggling right now. They're going to have a little bit more help here as the 84 jumps down with them, but a lot of room to make up right here as you see 36 Kelly all the way in the back. It seems like he's losing the draft, and we saw it in the duels where if you lose that draft, you just fall so far back, and it feels like you're going to have to wait for a caution or maybe some green flag pit stops to even get back up there.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of the things I don't like about these, about the newer NASCAR cars compared to, the Gen 4s and the Gen 3s, is that because of the giant, if you notice here, let's see if we can't get like a rear camera here, get a good shot of that. You see that giant spoiler as you run on board the back of Jordan Journell in 3rd? That basically acts as a parachute once you're out of the draft. So what happens is once you get out of what the draft does is it takes air off the spoiler, which makes you go faster. When you get out of the draft and air hit that spoiler, it's like you deploy a parachute out of the back of the car. So it really just slows you down, and it's quite unfortunate, but it creates this very tight pack racing.
It does, and it's so entertaining to watch. I mean, you gotta hope they don't get in the single file here, but it doesn't look like they will, as that inside line has really got back up there. They're now side by side with the outside line. So good progress right there. Seems like it's a really even race so far. All drivers playing their strategy to their favor, keeping it close. Not too much bumping and banging yet. You have that top 4 right there. They'll get on each other. They'll touch bumpers for a little bit, but relatively safe so far. Haven't seen anybody go 3 wide yet.
As we look, Edward Manns up to 1st, started towards the back of the pack and didn't have a really good duel effort. You see him, he saw him ripping the top just a few laps ago and is leading his first few laps here in the Daytona 250.
Yeah, good pace so far for him. He has Farmer right on him. I can see those two start bumping each other and just getting that line even further up. Seems like that's exactly what they're going to do. Some bump drafting action right there, trying to get away from that 37 of Litchfield. See 3 wide in the back right here. Gonna get a little bit dangerous. The 97 falling out of that draft, being the unlucky one. Gonna escape the wall just a little bit, and he will fall behind. A really unfortunate situation right there.
You see the 97 running that Kurt Busch Roush era throwback scheme. See Rubbermaid and Sharpie on the car. Falling all the way down to the back. Gonna kind of tie in here at the end of the longest line. It's a blessing and a curse, right? Honestly, for peak fuel efficiency, if you're trying to save fuel early on here in the Daytona 250, you want to be mid-pack, right? You want to have cars behind you and in front of you, because that is the where your car has the least amount of air pushing against it, right? It's where your car is the most assisted. And so he has to really make sure that he does not lose his draft here.
Yeah, and he's got back on to the back of that 12 right there. So the 12 is keeping him afloat right now. That is kind of like his floaty in the water. And plenty of racing left to go here. He doesn't have to be too worried. It's a little bit frustrating, but you just got to take a breath, Remind yourself where you're going to be sitting for about an hour and a half of today, but get to lap 10 right here. Still not much progress being made. Farmer has taken the lead. That is a change in that line right there, and still that inside line, my apologies, still struggling quite a bit.
Yeah, these lines are not very smooth and steady, but they're very clean so far. Maybe a little bit of commentator's curse, but clean and green so far. I mean, you see a lot of zigzagging action happening in between lines, especially here when we're coming into the tri-oval. Great job by these drivers, though, just kind of reading each other and kind of figuring out what we're all going to do and keeping us clean and green for the first 11 laps.
As you see that 84 skidded up towards the wall just a little bit, getting a little bit dangerous right there. Everybody seems to have a good amount of grip on their tires so far. Just got to keep an eye on the wear on them, making sure that you have enough to get to at least 30 laps right here. I think we could see these pit stops starting in that 25th to 33rd lap range as the 21 gets shoved down below the yellow line right there. The 7 getting a little bit loose.
Great save, though, by the 18 and the 7, keeping it nice and straight. That was a scary moment there for that driver.
I got to exhale a little bit. My heart had a little bit of pump right there.
Imagine what he felt in the car. That's a scary moment when you get loose in a race car like that at over 200 miles an hour. It's scary.
It's a good way to have a finger jammed in this type of activity, especially with the new wheels that they've released nowadays. Those things are powerful.
They are, especially if you have the higher end ones with the more Newton meter to them. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
I know of friends and fellow drivers that have gotten like I've sprained my finger on a 7 wheel before. Yeah, it's bad. See, is the 00 Christopher Roscoe running up top. Now, the 00 does like to run this higher lane most of where he goes, but no one else going to run up top with him. That parachute effect without being in the draft playing into favor. You see the 18 of Trenton Johns coming up to help. The teammates working, not teammates, my mistake. Former teammates working together. They're on the top side. You see the 13 joining them. Coming to lap 14. Got about 85 laps to go here at Daytona, and it's been pretty much single file.
That has. They've gotten into a rhythm right here. That inside line really wants to get going, but nobody wants to get going with them. They have 3 so far. Maybe somebody jumps down there. I can see maybe the last place driver trying to jump down there out of desperation with them, but when you're in a line like that, when you're in just the safety of that line, you feel safe. You're not going to risk it.
Yeah, exactly. And for me as a race car driver, I like to be on the bottom, mostly because if there's a wreck, you have tons of space to go and avoid. But I mean, some drivers just do like ripping the top. You see Kyle Larson, Tyler Reddick, you know, in the actual NASCAR Cup Series, drivers like Christopher Roscoe that, you know, like to rip the top. So for some, it's a personal thing of theirs.
Yeah, I can see the preference on it. Just kind of what kind of risk you want to take is they get Reyes and the 21 to come join them. That's going to make that line just go a little bit more. That is a risky bump draft right there. Rosca got a little bit loose. Got the car back in there. Doesn't go into the wall. He looked like he was trying to make a pass on the 21.
Yeah,
some bumping and banging now.
Yeah, very uneven bumping there from the 00 machine on the 21. See Roscoe up in the wall, dives in front of the 18. That destroys the momentum of the bottom of the top line. You see him still loose on the top.
I know there's not a thing as being selfish in racing, but if there was ever a selfish moment where you're just trying to make some progress and trying to help those around you, that would be it.
Yeah, exactly. Coming here to lap 17 of 100. Remember, next time by lap 18, we're going to do a silent lap, a tribute to Kyle Busch. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Kyle Busch, he was the winningest driver in NASCAR history with 234 wins across all 3 National Series. Had the most wins in the Truck Series with, I believe, 68. And 101 in what is now the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Had 63 Cup wins to his name. At one point owned a race team, Kyle Busch Motorsports. They won a truck championship. He won a ton of races for them in the 51. And so as we come to lap 18, the number he drove for Joe Gibbs Racing, this is for Rowdy. Lap 18 in the books. 81 to go. It's 3 wide for the front. But, man, it's even a week later, it still doesn't feel real.
No, it doesn't. I mean, the news breaks and you remember exactly where you were when it happened.
I actually do. I remember I was talking to my dad. We were talking about, because earlier that day, they announced that he wasn't going to be racing in Charlotte because he was hospitalized for a severe illness. And I literally remember telling him and I were talking about it, and he goes, well, hopefully they'll release more information soon. And Chris Lyotta, race control for this league, sent me a message, and it was the NASCAR announcement that Kyle Busch had passed. It was literally, as soon as my dad finished saying that, I got the notification. It was just eerie and weird.
Well, it seems like Trenton Johns is honoring his memory good right here. He is in the lead, and about 0.1 behind him is Ponder. Those two had an incident in the duels. They got to pushing a little bit too hard. Ponder got behind Johns, and Johns ended up spinning. They both ended up getting taken out. So these two going to be a little bit careful up here. Going to have a little bit less of that intense pushing. We are on lap 20 now. It's going to be interesting to see how these two work together.
Yeah, exactly. And going back to Rowdy, as we follow along with here at the 18, something that he can never do. He did basically everything except for win a truck championship. And he never got a win in the Daytona 500. He has won every other event at Daytona. He's won the truck Daytona races. He's won the Xfinity Daytona races. He's won both duels. He's won the Pepsi now the Coke Zero 400. He never got to victory lane for the 500. He got pole for the 500 just this year in the 8-zone Chevrolet for RCR. That's the one thing he'll never have, is a truck championship and the Harley J. Earl Trophy. I can't talk.
It's okay. It's hard to talk when you're talking about a subject like that. It's affected us all, truly.
And it really has, especially for a lot of drivers, including myself. I mean, Kyle Busch is the reason I'm here. Like, I fell in love with NASCAR because of Rowdy. And so, you know, when something like this happens so soon as well, it's coming out now that he had pneumonia for weeks, and Kyle Busch being Kyle Busch kind of off-put it, didn't want to get sidelined, and then he went septic. And that was kind of the final nail in the coffin for him. And so You know, hopefully this is a wake up call to the rest of the drivers on the field to not do what Rowdy did, right? And ignore things. He did that with a broken rib a few years ago, and the only thing that could keep him out of the car was his leg bone sticking out of his leg in 2015.
Yeah, and then he came back and won a race right after. So
And the championship.
He was just truly like the Superman in NASCAR.
He really was, and it was just, he didn't take crap from anybody, and he played the villain role so well. Obviously, as he started winning less, and towards his RCR days, he did really become, he was still Rowdy. You still saw glimpses of Rowdy, but he was a family man. I mean, look at Samantha, his wife, and Brexton and Lennox. Look at how much he cherished Brexton's racing career. And I mean, I feel for the Busch family right now, you know, for Kurt Busch and his parents, and Samantha Busch and Brexton and Lennox. And it's unfortunate when these things kind of happen, especially so sudden and soon.
Yeah, but we're going to race on in his memory, and I'm sure he'll be looking down, happy to see every single race that happens in the future. It's good to know that he would want us to keep on racing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so I think someone asked Steve O'Donnell, the president of NASCAR, did you think of putting off the Coke 600? And he's like, no, this is what Busch would want us to do. I mean, he raced everything. It came out that he was going to race the Dale Jr. 8 for Junior Motorsports in the Cars Tours. The 13 gets loose.
What?
Disastrous pit stop for Michael Ponder Jr., Cohen Haas, and Trenton Johns. All of them black flagged. The 13 came real fast in pit road, and that's going to be devastating to these three drivers' days.
I'm not sure how I'm feeling about this strategy to pit early right here.
Now, to be fair, except for Cohen Haas, they're all none of them are teammates, but Cohen Haas, interesting strategy from him, but it kind of makes sense for the 13 and the 18 because they've been leading so many laps and burning so much more fuel. So you see a bunch of drivers now. 84 really loose. 22. Oh, huge contact for the 22. 99 hard impacted to the wall. 22 damaged. 84 slides into his box. We got to take a look at that. Let's pull up the replay.
Dear Lord.
Hard hit for the 99 there. Let's get the pit lane cam here. You can see Jordan coming, I believe that's just coming in too fast for the 84 here. Yeah, coming in too fast, too wide, getting in the grass, getting loose. And then you see contact with the 99 here. You see 99 locking it down, 22 locking it down and spinning. Hard impact in the wall for the 99. Disastrous first round of pit stops here at Daytona. See, Hewlett Callister, Brian, actually, that's a terrible camera angle. Here we go. Hewlett Callister, Brian Reese, Samuel Litchfield with the black, Christopher Rosca. They're all on pit road. See, Travis Farmer kind of leading this pack here. The 18, Trenton Johns trying not to go 2 laps down here. A lot of damage to that 18 machine. But what a disastrous round of first round pit stops.
That is one that's going to make you angry, and one that's kind of going to ruin your mentality for the rest of the day, it feels like. But you got to shake that one off. We were talking earlier, and I was talking about the track temps, and I was saying, won't they have not enough grip on the track? Won't the grip be really loose? And you said it doesn't really matter much on a super speedway, but you did add that getting on pit road would be a little bit awkward. And right there, the brakes not working how they quite wanted them to.
Yeah, exactly. You look here at the weather conditions. Track temp is currently 85 degrees. Actually, probably hotter than that now. But the big thing is, it's not the brakes, it's the tires, right? Because right now, the tires are going to be super hot because you're running... Let's see, I could actually pull up the temperatures right now, or the speed. You're running 203, 4, 5, up to 210 miles an hour for 20, 25 laps. And then you come to a screeching halt, and that surface coming onto pit road has no rubber, no nothing, and it's like ice, man. It's like ice. And exactly what I thought was going to happen happened, and everyone had trouble coming off pit road. A ton of speeding penalties. And now we kind of have these very separated cars back here. This kind of main pack of 5, 6, 7 cars here. There's a couple of them a lap down. But yeah, man, what a disastrous first round pit stops here at Daytona.
Yeah, and you gotta wonder what that MTL Motorsports team is thinking right now. Michael Ponder and Trenton Johns, they're gonna have to change their strategy a little bit right here. Johns currently a lap down. Ponder is sitting at 7th, currently with the fastest lap on the track. So we reach lap 31 right here. We'll be in the lap 30. Just really unfortunate situation to not have your teammate really close to you.
Yeah, exactly. And it's how these races work, right? 31 laps into 100. Gotta believe 69 to go, or 79 maybe. Yeah, no, 69 to go. And yeah, got 11 seconds between this main pack and the next car. Gonna be Jonah Espy working with the 37 and the 12. Both of them are currently 12th to the 13th, the lap down. Just really shaking up the field here. It's definitely going to make cautions a lot less likely now as the field's very spread out.
Yeah, 100%. And they may just have these separate lines for the rest of the race. I mean, you'll see them get a little bit bumpy soon enough. Is there anyone still yet to pit?
No, everyone has come down pit road.
Gotcha. So the strategy for most is going to have to change right here. You got 6 cars a lap down. Essel's currently 45 seconds behind. And it doesn't look like there's a draft in sight for him. So
yeah, Eisel and Roska right here. Now Roska is currently dead last, a lap down, about to go 2. Working here with Richard Eisel. But there's Travis Farmer right there. Right? I mean, if we ride on board with the 8 or with the 9, a little bit too close on board. If you look all the way there in the distance, this is on the nose. There you go. That's a little bit of, this is kind of almost a bird's eye view. This is on the side of his race seat. There's Voskam right there ahead of him.
And they are coming up hot too. Those 2 drivers gonna have to get out of the way for these leaders right now.
Yeah, I mean, look at the speed difference. You know, close to 200 miles an hour compared to 195. Right, they're 5-10 miles an hour faster just because they have 3 more cars.
Just fighting the inevitable at this point.
Yeah, they would need a caution right now if they want to stay on the lead lap and Ross cannot get put yet another lap down. But I mean, with 6 cars here in this lead pack, I don't see it. But I mean, anything's possible at super speedway racing.
Johns is still finding his way up with those lead lap cars, despite being a lap down. He's pushing up there, just trying to get around all of them. He'll finally make his way around the number 9 right there, pushing Reyes.
I mean, honestly, it's quite smart because you're not really affecting a whole lot, right? We're not battling for the win or anything yet. And if you can get ahead of this 21 and the caution comes out, you're already on the lead lap. right? If he passes the 21, he is back on the lead lap. So it's kind of smart from this 18 playing with the field, not hanging back. I mean, because what do you have to lose, right? It's lap 35, right? You're not affecting who's going to win the race. And yeah, I understand the strategy, helping another rowdy tribute car, pushing them to the lead.
Yeah, you got to keep in mind here, Brian Reyes in that 21, he's kind of left in the dust he's left all of his teammates into the dust here, right? Rosca's currently in last, SB sitting in 6th, currently 12 seconds behind. There's just not really a teammate in sight for him, and Litchfield is currently a lap down in 12th. He's going to need the help of this 18 right here, and using a car that is a lap down is really, really paying in his favor right now.
Yeah, it is, and you know, it's. I'm sorry, I just blanked for a minute. It's been a long day, but yeah, you're right. You're right.
Daytona is one of the only motorsports where one of the only events in motorsport where you can be like, yeah, this is a team sport.
Yeah, it's weird, honestly, because it's a team sport, but at the same time, it's not a team sport.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to have teams working together until the last, like, 5 laps. Then it's all out the window, right? This isn't Formula One where, you know, where you'll get a message over the radio where it's, you know, oh, you know, your teammate needs 5 more points to win the championship. Move out of the way. And that's not how NASCAR works. And so it's a team sport, but it isn't at the same time, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I'd like to see somebody tell a driver like Denny Hamlin that he needs to get out of the way for his teammate.
Oh, God, no. That would never happen. Same thing with Rowdy, with Busch. Yeah. I imagine Denny would do that would have a higher chance of doing that than Kyle would.
Oh, man. You can't. We all know NASCAR drivers. Everybody who drives a stock car on an oval, those are some of the most competitive people in the world, in my opinion. Like, they just have such a fire that you just don't find in other sports.
Yeah, they do, and that's what I love about NASCAR, man. I mean, and older NASCAR more than current NASCAR. But, you know, I'll give you a perfect example. I am a huge Habs fan, Montreal Canadiens fan. I probably could tell you 1 or 2 players, maybe, and that's about it. Not because, you know, I don't watch a whole lot of hockey, right? I'm still a huge Habs fan. But I love that about NASCAR, where it's about the driver. It's about the person. You fall in love with the person and their personality. And that's what I love about NASCAR. They're so true and genuine, most of them at least.
You know, I think if we keep talking about hockey, I'll start crying because I'm a Nashville Predators fan. So I'm happy you have a little bit of joy in your life.
I was a Nashville Predators fan.
Oh, wow.
I live 45 minutes south of Nashville.
Gotcha.
I used to be a Predators fan. Like, I think I started transitioning over to a Habs fan when I took my grandmother to the game that Montreal played at Bridgestone. And oh my God, the Preds got whooped and whooped some more. I think it was 4-5-1 or something like that.
Sure.
It's like 5-1 at home. And that's where I kind of realized, rooting for the wrong team. And then as the season's gone on, I've become more and more of a Habs fan. My entire family's a Habs fan. They're all from Montreal. And so, yeah.
What do you think's slicker? Hockey ice rink or the entrance to pit road right now?
Entrance to pit road right now. At least hockey players can control themselves. Like
That's true. That's true.
I feel like they have more control than these drivers do coming on a pit road right now. And maybe listen, maybe that was just a one-time thing, not used to it yet. It's the start of a brand new season. Second time's the charm.
Yeah, and you see that. You see the slickness of the 18 right there. has finally stopped paying off for him. He is just stuck those lead lap cars, and I don't think he's getting around them anytime soon. You're a driver. What do you think the strategy is now for that number 18 of John's? Do you kind of change where you pit? Do you try and pit a little bit later than the guys in front of you, or do you go with them and kind of pray for a caution?
Yeah, I would go with them and pray for a caution. Normally, if this wasn't a super speedway race, I would say try to get on a different strategy than the leaders to try to get some sort of advantage. Right? I am happy soon strategy. I do crew chief for Chris Lyotta, race control. We do NIS races every Sunday. We're just coming off a Coke 600 win. But if it was any other track, I would try to get on a different strategy than the leaders just to try something, right? I mean, we're already a lap down. Depending on the track, it may be a day ender or not. But on a super speedway, man, you just gotta hope for a caution. You see the 84, I think he wanted to come down pit road. You see him duck down, just no one else came with him. But anyway, yeah, the biggest thing is he loses a ton of time, loses the draft too. The biggest thing is just trying to follow the leaders, trying to stay out of the wreck. There's a wreck, you got to avoid it, especially if you're the first car on the lead lap, because you will get the lucky dog if you're not in the wreck, but if you're in the wreck, you won't get it. And so it's really important for him right now to just stay to his course, try to pass the 97, who's currently kind of almost where the 18 was just a few laps ago. And just, you know, try to stay clean and green.
Yeah, that's always the goal here. To reach lap 5. Getting to the halfway mark in this one. 5 laps to go until then. And this front pack, they just have not strayed away from each other. You've had the outlier of the 18 with them the whole way through. They're finally starting to set up these two lines right here, getting out of that single file line. You see that 25 of Da Silva. He's falling back a little bit, praying that the 9 can pull him forward. Looks like he's coming back up just a tiny bit. Reyes and Kauser currently fighting for the lead, and it's going to be that push right there that puts him a little bit further up. They're trying to get around Rosca right now. Rosca not backing down for these lead lap cars. He's going to have to fall out eventually. He's on the top right now, which is interesting. Really needing to move out of the way for him.
Yeah, especially because here's Gary Clark in the 99. These two drivers are about to be put 2 laps down, because there's the field right here. Them, field. Rosca trying to stay just 1 lap down, trying not to go 2, because sometimes, depending on how race control is feeling here in Burnt Harbor Racing, they do let everyone get back on the lead lap, but they only give you 1 lap back. So he's trying to stay similar to what the 18 was doing, except he's just trying to stay 1 lap down instead of 2.
Yeah, I do support that right here. He does go 2 laps down. He's fighting back and forth with it right now. It's a battle. It is an absolute battle for him. I mean, Reyes may want to keep him in front of him just to have that draft power right there. It's letting him pull out in front of Kauser, and he's going to get in front of Kauser now. He's got to leave that 18 to dry right there, so he's going to start falling back now.
Man, he's holding strong, leading the field here as the 21 of Brian Reyes. They are teammates. So he does have that going for him, right? The 21. No, that's a 21. Yeah, Brian Reyes playing defense for him a little bit. So he does have that going for him, but they are about to catch 2 more lap down cars, which may throw a wrench in his entire plan.
Yeah, and they just got to be a little bit wary right here. You can't get too aggressive, and you cannot let yourself get frustrated at this lap traffic right here. You just kind of got to let it run its course. If they get in front of you, they get in front of you. If they're starting to race a little bit weird, you have to calm yourself down. There's a little bit of looseness right there in the pack. Could have resulted in something bad. The car did stabilize. I think it was Kowser. Yes, it was. And man, the 21 Reyes, he's starting to get pretty far ahead right here. Kowser is falling behind the lap traffic of that 18. And this is a really peculiar situation. This is one you really don't see much.
No, it isn't. And he's doing a great job at maintaining the field here. And now the 18's up with him. A lot of very interesting things happening all at once.
He's saying, I'll keep you a lap up, Roscoe. Don't worry. I'm right here for you.
Well, yeah, and especially because now, you know, he's on the lead lap. So if the caution comes out, he's already on the lead lap, right? Because the 00 is a lap down, so he's not technically the leader. Is the 21. They're on that bottom side, so very interesting strategy.
Yeah, we're halfway through this one, so drivers can kind of start to relax themselves just a little bit, or get a little bit more tense. Depends on what type of person you are. You may start driving a little bit more, and we should be due for some more pit stops in the next 5 or 10 laps. As we get to that 60 mark, or that 40 to go mark, I expect to see some cars start to pit, or it could even go in the 45 to go mark. It's really, really hard to tell of how they're going to frame this right here.
Yeah, I would expect a lot of these drivers to come down very soon. We may be in an awkward spot, though, because we still are due for one more pit stop after this round. So we have 2 more pit stops left tonight. And so I think they're trying to stretch this run out as long as they possibly can to try to make their next pit stop as short as possible, or to make it so that they can floor it the entire way around. Because a lot of the reason why we've been able to go so long here on fuel is because they're not full throttle, right? They're coming off the gas a little bit, they're half throttle, then they go full, then half, right? They're not always put to the floor, right? And that's due to the draft. So they are saving more fuel than usual. Just a couple of extra point miles per gallon, right? We don't get a lot here in with these Cup cars, but these Camrys definitely don't get 20, 30 miles to the gallon like their real-life counterparts do. These guys maybe get 3, 4, if they're lucky.
I drive a Camry. I can't confirm.
See, I drive a Ram 1500, and it feels like a NASCAR stock car. So I think I get 17 miles to the gallon on average. And I do a lot of highway driving. 17.
Wow.
Yeah, it's bad. Especially with the price of gas. $120 to fill my tank up from empty.
Wow.
I have a 26-gallon fuel tank.
Wow, and you can see some other cars. They're starting to listen to you. They're going down pit road right now. You see Kelly. He's pitting. Haas is currently in his pit box.
Here comes everybody.
There we go. Oh, the 18 locked it up just a little bit. But they're a little bit more used to it now. You can tell they're getting comfortable.
Yeah, everyone made it through clean and green. Look at that. Maybe an ice hockey rink is slicker.
Don't speak too soon.
I think that's everybody. There's still a few drivers. Actually, no, I think that's everybody.
Yeah, Roscoe, he got a little bit awkward getting into his pit box. He's having to back up. That's a bad mistake.
That right there is almost, I think that may be race ending for him, because now he's 2 laps down, and he's going to get, everyone's leaving him behind, and he's taking tires. What a disaster for the 00 machine. Here come the last 2. The 7 and the 37. Rest of the field coming off pit road here. Travis Farmer currently leading us. He is your net race leader. See, everyone kind of files in nice and neatly here. And, you know, one of the best parts about these cars is how they sound. So I haven't done this in a while here on the Green Flag Racing Network. But how about we crank it up? What do you say?
I'm good with it.
All right, let's crank it up here on the Green Flag Racing Network. Welcome back here to the Green Flag Racing Network. 43 to go here at Daytona. You see, we only got 4 cars really kind of left in this thing. The rest of them very far back or a few laps down.
It's not a fun situation to be in if you are. These cars that are a lap down, you get excited for the race, and now you're kind of stuck right there. Those pit stops kind of screwing everybody over in the midst. But these 4 leaders right now are making it extremely competitive. I don't think SP has much of a chance to get back up there in that 5th position, currently 13 seconds behind, not making up much ground at all. So it's going to be these 4 right here that we see. I would keep an eye on Cowser and De Silva. Cowser has caught my eye specifically just in the way he's running. He knows when to be conservative, but he knows when to throttle it full out.
Yeah, he knows when to light it up when he needs to. Yeah, it's been a very interesting race so far. Very clean and green for a Daytona race. I think that's why I mean so much separation throughout the field, including with the pit stops. These drivers just haven't had a break this entire time.
No, they haven't, and you know I was.
Sorry, Alex Sweeney with the meatball flag. Oof. Oh, hard impact. So this was them coming off the tri-oval, getting loose hard in the wall. That's Alex's day done. See him staying there on pit road, getting that damage fixed, going multiple laps down. Let's bring in the 31 here. Hey, Sweeney, it's Robert McKay and Wolfie here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
All right. What exactly happened there on that wreck? Just got loose?
Yeah, I got a bit of a bad push, clipped some part of the apron, and I lost it. All it is.
Unfortunate way to end your race.
Oh, no, I'm still going.
Well,
I'm going back out there. I got teammates.
yeah, but as far as your shots at winning, that's what I meant. Like, anything's possible. It's been a very clean and green race so far, which is very surprising at Daytona.
Yeah, I'm surprised I'm not dead yet. I'm just only partially.
Just don't jinx it.
Nah, it's fine.
All right, good to see you, and hopefully we'll see you finish in one piece tonight. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, man.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody in high spirits as that guy after getting the meatball flag.
Well, I mean, he's got teammates, and as he said, he's doing it for them, right? I mean, he's out there all alone and got the damage fixed. About to be put a lap down, or 3 laps down. He has 5 teammates out on track, or 4 teammates out on track. Currently the highest one is Travis Farmer in 3rd. So, I mean, yeah, it makes sense, honestly.
Yeah, it does, and it's going to be interesting to see how he affects this race once we get into that 20 to go mark, but we're very far away from that right now. Still 38 to go in this one, and things have quieted down just a little bit since that moment with Sweeney, and got to see what happens. Kaiser has taken the lead. Farmer falls down to 3rd. Can't count him out at all throughout this whole thing. Make sure you keep an eye on him. He was last season's champion, so he has a lot to prove right here. He needs to prove that he is still the defending champion and that he still wants to defend it. He's got a lot left in him.
Yeah, he does. Travis Farmer, man, he's a wheelman. I have had the pleasure of racing with him and covering leagues that he's raced in and stuff like that. He is a wheelman in anything. I think he's won in, let's see, he's won in the Gen 7 car, he's won in the Gen 6 car, he's won in the Xfinity car, he's won in the old Xfinity car, he's won in a GT3, a GTP, and Indy car. That's the races I've either broadcasted or raced with him that he's won. And he's won multiple Cup races, IndyCar races, Gen 6 races. Those are just the cars he's won in, and it's just incredible what he can do.
Yeah, and he's really showed his skills today to be one of the only 4 really competing in this thing still is an accomplishment. Kaiser currently sitting 0.3 seconds behind, but with the fastest lap of the race, and he is coming up fast right now. Reyes better watch his back just a little bit. See those two maybe bumping each other, trying to get a little bit further ahead of Farmer and the Silver. Maybe Farmer comes up behind Kaiser, tries to get him up there. A lot of these drivers right now, they're just hoping for a yellow flag.
Yeah, simply. And remember how Alex Sweeney said he had teammates? He's currently sitting behind one of them, blocking the 41. So, I mean, Brian Reyes definitely has that cushion against Healing Kaiser with 31 that has nothing to lose and nothing to gain.
100%, and everybody trying to get some sort of risk going, trying to get something started. See 31 going all the way up there, trying to make some space up, trying to get at least only 1 lap down.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
You were talking about it earlier. I mean, sometimes they'll gift the field, put everybody on the lead lap or close to it. They'll award you at least 1 lap, and it'll be nice for him to just get up there and redeem that back.
Yeah, exactly. And especially if a caution comes out, right? Everything for these lap down drivers begs on a caution. So if they can get a caution, they're all back in it.
Let's cross that 35 to go mark right here. Nobody has made much contact with anybody. We get to a certain point of the race. This is where races start to feel a little bit off. Yet You don't really know what's going to happen in the future. You don't want to take any risks because you're like, well, what if I just stay right here and the luck comes to me? You said it in the beginning of the broadcast. It of course requires skill, but super speedway racing, it's luck.
Yeah, exactly, and it's a lot of it is luck, right? We talked about a pre-race. A lot of it is luck, but we were talking about the 41. A lot of it's skill too, in working the draft, working the lap down cars, working with your teammates. It's not just luck. Is the 9 really loose? Travis Farmer around, holding the inside wall. As he almost comes up the track. And that's the 9's day done as he just sits there and defeats the caution flies. This changes everything with only 32 to go.
Yeah, I'm gonna need another look at that one. If you can get that up, Robert. That was just really unfortunate for the defending champion right there. Y'all are allowed one quick fix in this race, so he's gonna have to use that one. Seems like the Silva got behind him, the 25.
Yeah, he just
maybe a hard bump.
Yeah, he dipped. So what happened? Yeah, he just got too much on the apron on the paint and then just got rear-ended by the 25. Interesting that he just, let's ride on board here. He kind of just sat here till they threw the caution. Very interesting there for the 9. Let's bring in race control here, get a little bit of clarification on that. Hey, Chris, it's Robert and Wolfie here in the booth. Just wanted to get some clarification here from the man in charge. Cause of caution, that was the 9 sitting there on pit entrance, correct?
No, you gotta go back a little. You gotta go back a little further. It's gonna be De Silva getting into the back of the 9, which caused Travis to go to the inside wall, and we actually lost communication with Travis at one point, so I don't think he was able to call that he was hitting.
Okay.
And he got wrecked because of it. It's a racing ordeal. It's nothing I'm gonna be able to do respectfully as an admin to put a cause on somebody. But there's your explanation.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I was just weird that he was parked down there for so long and then y'all threw the caution. That's what I wanted the clarification on.
Yeah, no, it took me a second to go find it and get it.
Got it. Well, keep doing what you're doing, and we'll see you later. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, sir.
As everybody comes down to pit road. And I think that's everybody. A lot of the lapped cars staying out to get wave arounds. But this throws everybody back into the fight. What do you think this is going to do?
Well, I think this is the point of the race. This is the point of Daytona where things start getting chaotic and, for lack of a better term, all hell breaks loose, because we've all watched Daytona races, whether it be in real life, on iRacing, any game for that matter. This is the moment where everybody starts to get a little bit antsy and people start wanting to take that position. They start wanting to make that pass.
Well, because I think here, let's bring in, this is the 00 of Christopher. Actually, let's bring in Hewling Kauser, the 41, or not. Let's bring in the 21 of Brian Reyes. Let's bring him in. Brian Reyes, it's Robert McCain, Wolfie here in the booth. You got a copy?
Oh yeah, hey, what's going on?
Currently running third. Great race for you so far, having the help of your teammates. What's your fuel situation looking like?
I mean, that caution interrupted the fuel window, but hopefully we'll just save as much as we can here, and hopefully we won't have to make another stop.
Yeah, how much fuel do you have in the tank?
I don't know if anyone else is watching, but I think we have enough.
Uh-huh, I see. All right, well, good luck.
Thank you, thank you.
I think he's fibbing a little bit.
Let's see if we can't poke it out of one of another one of his teammates. Let's bring in the 00 of Roska. Hey, Roska, it's Robert and Wolfie here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
All right, currently running 15th after what was a disastrous pit stop, second round pit stop. Had a question for you.
Pit stop.
First time pit stop. Had a question for you about fuel.
Yeah.
Is everyone to the green on fuel? Is it tight, or there's definitely gonna have to be one more pit stop?
It's tight. We got about 28 laps of fuel in the cars, and we got coming to 30 laps to go. So if someone can save it, then that'll be impressive. Otherwise, everyone's coming down pit road.
Well, we're gonna be coming to the green with 28 to go. If we get another caution, then you guys definitely have enough. So good luck. See, I knew I was gonna be able to poke it out of another one of his teammates.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, so as Christopher Roska said, to the good, not to the good right now, have about 2 laps of fuel you need to save. Which, I mean, if you run half throttle for a while, maybe. It's a very, very far stretch, though. I think we're going to need another caution in order to avoid a final pit stop.
Yeah, I do as well. And you got to remember, there's 29 laps to go. You got to think about the tires. You could see a lot of drivers come down when they get to, if they are green flag pit stops, they may take 2 tires with it, just so it can be a little bit fresher with the fuel.
Well, here's the thing about
interesting.
One of the only unrealistic parts about iRacing, there's barely any tire wear on super speedway, surprisingly. That's the one thing with iRacing they've never been able to model properly, was super speedway tire wear. So tires are not an issue, which is odd. It's mostly just heat. Are the tires too hot?
That is interesting. You see the 7 just phase through the pace truck. My Lord.
Another unrealistic part about it.
I hope that guy in the truck's okay.
And it'll be fine. As you see, all the lap down cars coming down pit road now.
Is this not the second time Johns has pitted? He was a part of that first crew,
It may be, because the caution has been extended. You can make it from here now.
I think.
Yeah, you could. All these drivers coming down pit road can make it, because they have 30 laps of fuel in their car. It's gonna be very short pit stops. Just topping it off. You can make it from here. I see all these drivers coming down pit road. Most of the field, except the top 3, can make it without saving.
This thing just got a lot more interesting with that strategy right there. That's good stuff, and hopefully this caution comes to an end soon, but those cars right there, everything is looking fine and dandy.
It is. For one driver that it isn't is Cohen Haas, currently sitting in 3rd. Let's bring him in. Cohen Haas, it's Robert McKay and Wolfie here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Currently running 3rd on the... you're not to the good on fuel. Can you save enough, or do you think you're going to need another caution?
Well, given that there's going to end up being more cautions as the race, gets closer to the end, I'm probably going to end up getting fuel on the next caution, and then I'll be good for the rest. Let's hope, and I don't get raked out. I mean, I'm on the lead lap, though. I've been running off lap for the last, 50 laps. Being back up on here is pretty decent.
Yeah, I mean, this has been a great turnaround from you. Hopefully you can save enough fuel. Good luck.
Thank you.
Of course. Sees the pace truck finally pulls off, or is about to pull off. 27 laps to go. 3 are not to the good. The rest are. Green flag back out at Daytona.
see what type of position these drivers want to make on their lines. You may see some switch their lines right here. Mans gets out to a pretty early, fast lead. That is a good amount of position that Journeau and Haas are going to have to make up together, and they're going to get in the line right now. A little bit of awkward bumping from Haas onto Journeau. De Silva sitting right behind him.
Yeah, I would keep my eye on the 99, the 84, and the 12. They need to save. They are not to the green on fuel. They're not to the good. So they need to do as much saving as possible in order to make it to the end. So keep an eye out on those three drivers. Currently sitting first, second, and third. As Rosca's still a lap down.
He is there for moral and physical support right now. The focus is really on those top 6 drivers. I mean, see Johns, he just got out of being a second behind. So anybody in that range can win it right now. I think if they don't got a 2 beside their name, if they don't have that +2, they're very much into this thing. I mean, you're going to see a lot of awkward bumping from the top 4 cars right now. All it takes is one bad bump.
Yeah, exactly. What you're seeing right now is everyone's getting in a single file line and saving, well, except for the 00, is getting in a single file line and saving fuel. They're coasting, using the draft to help save, and you know, try to get some extra laps, because even though most of the drivers are to the green on fuel, if there's an overtime attempt, they have to come down pit road. So right now, what they're trying to do is save as much fuel as they can, and hopefully put an extra few laps in the tank.
Absolutely. And may see some start to get a little bit antsy once we get to that 15 to go mark. You see number 12, Haas. He's getting a little bit all over the place right there. Finally settles his car out. And I'll get some heat on the tires.
Yeah, indeed. You're seeing some of these drivers starting to kind of move out of line. Now, maybe not saving fuel. The 25 getting really aggressive. Danny De Silva, you saw him. He was involved with the 9 of Farmer, which brought out the caution, which punched the field back up, throwing a ton of drivers back into the fight. Sees the 25 goes high and moves up to second. Everyone's single file trying to save fuel.
Oscar finally back on the lead lap right here. He may have a chance if a caution comes out again. That would be fun to see.
That's a good camera angle right there, the digger cam.
Big film.
See if I can't get it back. It'll vary. Let's see if it comes back up. I love it right there.
Oh
yeah. That Fox doesn't need digger cams anymore.
Fox doesn't do a lot of things anymore. One of those things is be good.
Yeah. Yes, as I said to you earlier, the CW and Prime definitely are the best 2 in NASCAR coverage right now. It's Cohen Haas. There he is. Really bad blink. Blinking, for those of you who are unfamiliar with iRacing terminology, blinking is when you lose connection to the race. And usually it's in like short bursts, right? It's in, out, and it looks like the car's blinking. That's where the terminology comes from. But it is when a driver temporarily loses connection to the race and they just disappear.
Scared me a little bit. I thought his car may have had a little bit of damage, and he just kind of went all the way back here as 13.
You see it happening again.
Right there. Yeah.
It's coming to 21 to go here.
Is it just me, or is having Johns behind you kind of a scary sight? You know he's going to be a really, really aggressive pusher. That's one of those drivers that's behind you, and you know you have to be aggressive with him.
Yeah, exactly. And it's going to be interesting seeing how these two work together. Both of them running Rowdy tributes. Both of them worked well together in the duel. And will that translate over here? I'm not sure. I mean, there's only one way to find out, I guess.
Look at that 20 to go mark right here. This thing is getting close to finish. And we're going to start seeing some moves soon enough, I feel like. They're just trying to get a little bit more up there, trying to go a little bit of position. Getting yourself up in that top 5 would be fun, but this 6, 7, and 8 driver, 6th, 7th, and 8th spots, just gotta kind of coast along and maybe hope those top 5 take each other out.
Yeah, maybe. And you see 25 using the 00. Big gap here in the front. Not common to see. Kind of rare to see this much of a gap at the front of the field. See, it's starting to bunch up again. Whoa, here we go. 41 gets up top. Checks up the entire lane. See the 31 riding the top. He's currently a lap down. First car lap down, actually. Trying to do what Roska did and put himself back on the lead lap. See him getting a huge run at the top. Kind of losing momentum here.
It's getting in the back. It's kind of pulling back and forth right now, but a little bit of that side draft right there to pull himself back forward. Most of those drivers choosing to go to that lower side of that banking right there, which is a risky move.
Whoa!
He's going to get pushed into the wall. What an aggressive push right there by Espy. Espy maybe not too happy that lap traffic was in his way. A really unfortunate bump right there, and all the progress that the 31 made has just been killed.
What a save, though, from the 31 of Sweeney. I mean, that could have easily been the big one. Could have very easily been the big one. You see Jonah now up to 3rd. The 99 and the 84 finally move around the 00 here. Gonna stack up that inside line now. Gonna really slow it down. So that outside lane rockets past them. Coming to 17 to go. 84, Jordan Journeau now leading in that M&M's Caramel Rowdy throwback. I believe that was the first number that Kyle Busch ran in the Cup Series, was the 84 for Hendrick before he moved over to the 5. So you see Jonah Espy rockets out to the lead.
He's got his teammate right behind him as well. Those two are going to make up a lot of ground together.
Yeah, they are. Jonah Espy in his final BRRA Cup Series race leads the field. Coming to 16 to go.
See that 00? A lot of these guys.
Oh! That's the field! That's the big one! Oh, maybe not. Saves it. Oh, hard in the wall for the 13. Cautions out. Roscoe with the meatball flag. See Edward Mans with the meatball flag. All these mechanical fault flags. Too damaged to keep racing.
Can we get an eye on Johns right here? Johns ended up saving his car completely from that one. He had a car riding on his nose. We're going to need to back up on that one. That was just some incredible driving, kind of a homage to Kyle Busch right there. And just the way he saved his car. He got hit by 2 people.
Yeah, you see the 13 here just got a bad bump from the 18. The 7 hooks the 00. 2 incidents happening at once here.
That was the first time he had somebody on him.
Yeah, that entire wreck there is on the 7 of Jonah Espy.
Right you there, too.
Yeah. Whoa.
Wow. He's lucky to still be in this race.
Let's right. We're gonna do a couple of onboards here. Let's ride on board here with the 00. I can find it. There it is. You see him just get a bad bump. So now right on board here with the 13. This is Michael Ponder Jr. I mean, there's nowhere to go, so you're heading straight for the wall. Oh. Right on board now with the 99. See what happens here with Edward Manns.
He was the wreck in the aftermath of the wreck that should not have been there. He just got a little bit loose into that wall right there, just a little bit startled and ran into the 18. An unfortunate situation. I think he barely kept that out of the wall. I think his nose hit it just a little bit.
See if I can get a closer camera angle here. You see him get airborne right there as he hits that kind of bump. No, what a caution. A lot of eyes are going to be on Jonah Espy now. As he gets an EOL from race control for cause caution. Robs to the end of the field. And we're going to stack him up again. It's coming to 12. We'll go green with 12, 11 to go maybe.
Yeah, and considering I don't think the 18 has too much damage on his car, so he's going to be able to stay out. We saw him take that second pit stop for tires, so he's still good till the end of this race. I'll heat him up a little bit. 14 to go. These three have put themselves in a really good spot to win it. De Silva has been really consistent so far on the day, running through that 1 through 4 position. So the drivers that we've kind of been keeping an eye on all day, not surprising us at all.
And not surprised at all, indeed. Interesting that yeah, it's very interesting, that's for sure. Yeah, I believe we're going to be taking the green with 12 to go. Let's see if the lights on the pace car. Yep, stacking up. Yep, pace truck to the middle. Going to be going to green with 12 to go. All drivers should be good on fuel. See, a bunch of them actually came down pit road, topped off. Top 3 did not. Brian Reyes, Samuel Litchfield, and Trenton Johns. They did not come to pit road to put extra fuel in the car.
Three M&M schemes up in that top 3 right there.
Doing it for Rowdy, man.
See the Skittle scheme far behind him. I was thinking about this earlier. You know the Skittle gummies like Fuego?
Yeah.
I think that would have ended up making a really cool scheme if we still had that Skittles cars around. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember my dad worked at the time for Mars. 2022 Nashville, you're sponsored by Pedigree, and so he did a signing at the pet care, the Mars Pet Care office, here in Franklin, Tennessee, and I went there and I got my hat and a poster signed and all that, and then I remember a few weeks later, Mars just stopped, didn't want to sponsor in NASCAR anymore, and that's what led Kyle Busch to go to RCR. Kind of an odd year because they basically just booted Tyler Reddick out in favor of Kyle Busch.
Yeah.
Financially makes sense, but if you look at... Honestly, I feel like if Kyle Busch was in the 2311 car, he'd also be getting similar performances to Tyler Reddick. Definitely not the same equipment.
If not, well, really, if not better, I mean, that would be an absolute powerhouse.
Yeah.
If you would put Kyle Busch in those 2311 cars.
Yeah, pace truck pulls off. We're in the Gen 6 cars now here, and we're green. Big stack up at the top. You see him getting very squiggly and loose, especially the 12 of Cone Haas. 2 teammates leading the field to green. 12 to go here at Daytona.
See those M&M's cars immediately make a line right here. Everybody finding their spot. De Silva leading that inside line right there. The outside having a little bit more power, but De Silva is really getting up there. The 12 of Haas giving him a good push, and they're battling it out with this 37-20 run right here, and they are going to end up winning the battle. The 12 is going to need some help from the 41, though, as De Silva just going to fall back out. The 12 getting behind right there really hurt him.
Yeah, 25 starting to lose momentum here. Coming to 11 to go.
Oh.
See the 18 abandoning ship running the top. Gonna fall back to the 25.
I think he really wanted the 97 to come up there and help him a little bit.
I think he did. I think that because he was kind of looking to the middle, kind of seeing if he wanted to peek up top. Then the 18 did, and the 97 decided, I'm just going to stick down here and stick it out. So he stays at the bottom. See the 25 maybe looking to jump down to the bottom. Very even lanes right now. Just outside, not getting a ton of momentum. 90 laps in the books. 91 laps in the books. 10 to go here at Daytona.
Oh, look at that push from De Silva right there. They're going to start making some room up, but this inside lane just cannot figure it out. They push up their leader, but then they immediately fall behind right here, and it's keeping Litchfield in that 37 really far up. De Silva going to try again right here. Going to be a hard push onto Johns. He's going to have his buddy right behind him in the 12, the Vessel, or Haas, my apologies. And there we go. Johns will get right up there, getting that side draft. Things are getting a little bit awkward, and he's going to take the lead. De Silva comes right behind him, and with 9 to go in this race, Johns going to go up to a lead, and he starts switching lanes now.
Yeah, blocked off the 37 and the 21, and they're freaking behind.
Woo.
He saves it. This is the big one. 97 inside cars. The big one at Daytona. And the caution comes out. Man, where do I start? 4 mechanical flags out in the air. It's for Jonah Espy, Samuel Litchfield, Richard Eisel, and Travis Farmer, who's spinning under caution. Where do I start?
Well, I know where I'm starting. De Silva getting taken out right there. He's lost his entire back rear. He has the spoiler just left standing.
He has the entire front end of the car missing.
Oh my lord, the 37.
All right, let's rewind this all the way back. Let's see here. Looks like it starts right there.
Oh.
See, I want to see something. Nope, that just completely. Here we go. Bandcam 2. There we go.
That 37 right there coming down. It wasn't even that he got awkward off a bad bump. He did lose control of it a little bit and then came down on De Silva. And the 18 was lucky that he barely got clipped and was able to save it. That car rocked just a little bit, and everybody else just following behind him. Nowhere to go.
Oh my God.
Especially on that first stretch.
Look at the 12 of Code Haas. Made it through the wreck. The seas parted. Look, watch that 12.
Wow.
Meanwhile, the rest of the field,
not so lucky.
you see just nowhere to go for a lot of these drivers. The 7 nailing the 25. See, the 97 goes phases through the 9. Almost completely phases through the 7 and the 31. That's something I've never seen before on iRacing.
Man, you got to feel for De Silva a little bit. He was running such a good race, so consistent the entire time. I honestly thought he was probably going to win this thing.
It really does. Someone I want to talk to, though, is Code Haas. I mean, the only driver besides Trenton, he was in the lead, the only driver to make it through that wreck completely unscathed. Let's bring him in. Cohen Haas, it's Robert McKay and Wolfie here in the booth.
Yes, sir.
How did you make it through that? The seas just parted for you.
You see, I pulled a Lightning McQueen and just, I don't know. I gunned it through and just prayed.
Yeah, you and the 18, the only drivers to make it through completely unscathed.
I'm kind of happy about that.
You got real lucky there.
I did, and my only problem now is I'm starting on the outside.
Well, good luck. You're going to be going green, I believe, with 5 to go. Go get her done.
Wait, I do have a question for you.
Yes,
are your
sir,
bridges,
what's up?
Are your britches clean right now? That was terrifying.
Hey, do you need a spare change of pants?
Yeah, they're somehow clean. I mean, maybe a little brown stuff in there, but you know.
Okay.
We're gonna let it slide for now.
Well, good luck and go get the win for Rowdy, man.
I will do anything in my power to get a win for Rowdy.
Gonna be going green, I believe, with 5 to go. Let's see, 6 to go or 5 to go, depends on what this pace car decides to do.
De Silva has found himself back up in 7th, so he's still in a really good spot to win this thing. If he wants to try and make a run at it.
Yeah, he does. Going green with 6 to go. So I'm board the back of the pace car here. Get a good glimpse at the field. All right, who's your one to watch here coming to 5 to go? Who do you think is going to snag the win here at Daytona?
I think it's an obvious answer for me. I think it's going to be De Silva. He's ran consistently all day. He just had that one little unlucky moment. He's got to shake it off now, and I feel like he's on the right line for it right now. A lot of space on that outside line if there is a wreck on the front straightaway or the back straightaway. Just got to see how he plans around it here.
I'm honestly going to go with Brian Reyes in the either Brian Reyes or Trenton Johns. I want to see Trenton Johns win it. I want to see the M&M 18 finally score a Harley Gerald trophy. Either the 18 or the 21. Man, they've been strong all race long, been pretty clean all race long. Only thing is that the 21 doesn't have his teammate of the 37 anymore on track. But I think that these two are going to get it done. I think one of them is going to win here at Daytona.
I completely see your reasoning, and I can't help but agree with it. I mean, we got to look at Trenton Johns, though, with his teammate. Ponder is way back in the back. Michael Ponder Jr. just nowhere near a chance to get up there to that 18. So
you'd be surprised on super speedways, honestly. See the pace car pulling off here, coming to the restart zone. Who's going to snag it? 5 to go. We're back green here at Daytona. Great launch for that bottom line.
That is beautiful right there. And it's going to give Johns a lot of breathing room Haas, a little bit left out to dry right here. He's going to have to join that line right there. And you see the 99 of Mans. He's going to start falling back now. Everybody is going to go onto that apron now. See the 7 kind of move up right here, trying to make a pass onto the 12. He can get
There's
behind
that outside
somebody
line.
now. And that outside line finally get back forming. And look at that. The inside line takes it over.
Outside line diving down. Brian Reyes to the lead, coming to 4 to go. The intensity's turned up to 11 now. If you want to win, you got to start making moves now. See, 3 wide in the back. Michael Ponder Jr. all the way up top. You're going to see 3 wide once again. That's Trenton John trying to get back towards the front. Really good wide shot here.
Oh, this is going to be a deadly combo right here. De Silva and Johns, they're right next to each other, trying to get that line formed down there. They are just stuck on top of each other. Johns is going to go a little bit far ahead. De Silva may have to fall behind that 34 if he can't catch the side draft. He does. The 34 jumps behind them. Slide on the inside is going to start. Be able to pass this 12 now. De Silva and John still right there with each other.
De Silva sets the fastest lap at 43.9. 3 laps to go here. See that the first 4 starting to break away a little bit. Rosca, one of them. You see this outside lane start to form really well here on the top. It's led by the 18 of Trenton Johns. As he dives down to the inside here. Coming to 2 laps to go at Daytona. The caution flies with 3 or 2 to go. We'll stack it back up and do a NASCAR overtime, where if caution comes out, 2 to go, we stack it back up and go 2 to green once again. But if the white flag waves, that's it. Next flag ends the race. Trevor Kelly with the fastest lap that time. See, it's getting stacked up here at the top, running really high. Bad bump there for the 18 on the 00. Ripping the top. You're going to see Cohen Haas maybe looking to jump high. Looks like we're going to need no overtimes here in Daytona, coming out of 3. Rosca moves down to the bottom, trying to get some momentum. Brian Reyes gets loose. Oh, the 12 around. And the caution flies. I spoke too soon.
Just about to say, that was a little bit too soon talking right there. As soon as I saw a bump like that, I knew he was just going to go flying away. And I know a lot of drivers are pretty thankful for that one. Some were falling far behind and strategy not quite working. I point to Johns right here. He wanted to take that inside line the entire time, and it just was not working out for him. De Silva wanted to take it with him. He couldn't get up there with him. The 34 wanted to take it with him. He couldn't get up there with him. So I think this next approach for a lot of these drivers is going to change.
Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, it's a bad bump from the 25. Gets sandwiched. Hooks right at DeKauser. That's a hard wreck there for the 12. An unfortunate way to end his race.
Man.
Yeah.
That's one where you may take a hand to your desk for a little bit and be like, how did I let that happen?
It's just, I don't think it wasn't really on Haas. I think it was just wrong place, wrong time.
As most super speedways are.
Yeah. See, Cohen Haas gonna dive down here, coming to pit road. See, the 41 is gonna do the same. There's the 18, 13, the 99 coming 2. All right, coming to the first NASCAR overtime of the night. we do have unlimited green, white checker attempts, so theoretically we could be here all night. I'm hoping we're not going to be here all night. With how these drivers are racing, though, we've been very consistent and mostly clean. I'm not going to say completely, but mostly clean. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what these drivers can do.
It's going to be interesting right here. Reyes has been really consistent. You talk about consistency. He has been up there for the entire race. We've seen the Silva fall out. We've seen Johns up there for a little bit. SB now up there. He's been up and down this race, but Reyes has been the one that's really stuck out in that top 3 positions the entire day.
Yeah, he really has. I still think Brian Reyes has got it. Christopher Rosca running very good, considering his airborne attempts at super speedways. He's running in the top 5. We're gonna stack him back up here. We're gonna take the green with 2 to go.
Now, Robert, as a driver, you have a set strategy, and it wasn't quite working in that first 3 to go that we had before this overtime right here. Do you kind of stick with that stubborn notion and keep going with that strategy, or do you try something a little bit more creative to give yourself a better chance to win the race?
It's a Daytona 250, man. Go balls to the wall. There's no strategy from here. I mean, if you have a shot at winning the Daytona 250, you take it. And I think that's going to be the mentality with a lot of these drivers here. If they see an opportunity, they're going to try to take it. And if that means taking out the entire field with them, it means taking out the entire field with them. We're going to see some very aggressive and maybe some very stupid moves here in the next 2 minutes. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what these drivers could do here.
Daytona is one of those places where you can make a stupid move and it won't be it will be remembered, but it'll be excused for most of your career.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, especially super speedways in general, you have a little bit more leniency as far as stupidity goes. Now, if you do that anywhere else on other tracks, that's where it starts to get a little bit iffy. Cohen Haas, though, even though he destroyed his race car, used his faster pair, he's sitting in 11th. He can theoretically still win this.
Can. Anybody in that. Anybody who is not a lap down.
What story? Imagine the story that would be.
I mean, Ponder and Johns are right on top of each other now, so you know those two are talking.
Oh yeah. All right. 2 laps decides the winner of the Daytona 250. We're in NASCAR overtime. Pace cars off, field rolling to the restart zone. Who's going to snag the Harley Gerald trophy? 2 laps will decide that. Green flag's in the air.
You see a lane change right there for Reyes. As the leader usually does. He gets a good start right there. Lines will start forming. You're going to see Silva. He's going to go beneath that 7. He needs that 84 to catch up to him. May have that 0 drop below those two. You're going to jump in front of them now. SB and Reyes. They're going to be right beside each other. De Silva falls in line right here, and it seems like the bottom of the track has been the place to be.
It really has been. You're seeing Jonah SB all over the back bumper of the 21 right now. Coming through 3 and 4. This is where it got jinxed last time, so I'm not going to say anything. Okay, we're good. Coming to the trial zone. No more overtimes from here. White flag in the air. It's official.
You really have to take a risk here.
De Silva up top. Here comes Rosca diving down to the bottom. He's looking for his first super speedway win. He's out front leading this thing. He was dead last at one point, 2 laps down, and he's got a shot to win the Daytona 250. getting a solid push from the 21. Here's the 7, really dicing up that inside line. That is great for De Silva right now, running the top. Here comes Rosca getting loose. Oh, Rexy! Oh, he's airborne! He's flipping! Multiple drivers up in the air. De Silva wins.
What did I tell you, Robert? What did I tell you?
Oh my God.
What a way to end it.
84 driving in reverse. Lot of drivers limping it to the line. What happened? Scary, scary wreck for the 00. Getting, oh my God. Getting completely airborne. Right on,
how many flips that was?
it's right on board. Getting violently hooked.
That one will make you a little bit dizzy.
It was weird. I think it was that was massive net code right there. See the 97 blinking in and out. '97 just comes down. Violent,
No matter what.
violent crash there for Rosca. Let's go to the 99 now. Maybe not the 99. Who was that? That was a 41. You see him having a violent crash of his own. Oh my God.
Oh my Lord.
Oh my God. It's right on board. Oh.
I counted about, I think that was about 12 spins right there for Kowser.
It's right on board here. See slow motion. Head first into the wall. Then it gets T-boned right here. Yeah, that was violent. All right, well, after a chaotic finish here at Daytona, Danny De Silva gets the win, Brian Reyes second, Jonah Espy third, Michael Ponder fourth, Cohen Haas fifth, Trevor Kelly sixth, Alex Sweeney seventh, Trenton Johns eighth, Gary Clark ninth, Richard Eisel 10th, Jordan Jarnell 11th, Rosca 12th, Keelan Kowser 13th, Mayans 14th, Samuel Litchfield 15th, and Travis Farmer rounds out your 16-car field.
What a race. I mean, I don't like to gloat, Robert. I don't like to gloat, but what did I say about 20 minutes ago? Who did I say was probably going to win this race?
You said De Silva. I said Reyes, and he finished second.
I know.
So
I'm taking your job for the season. I am now the head.
I mean, what an incredible race. Okay, let's do some post-race interviews now. Finishing in the second position. Let's bring in Reyes. Or not, because he's not here. Okay. Let's bring in third place. Bring in Espy. Espy, it's Robert and Wolfie here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah.
Not podium finish. Chaotic wreck. Definitely caused a few wins tonight. Definitely made some drivers angry. How do you feel rounding out your last race here in BRRA with the podium?
I mean, a podium was the goal. It could have easily been P2 or P1 if we didn't get that wreck that caused overtime, but it is what it is. David decides to be aggressive, and then he gets to go win the race. So
That's kind of the whole point of super speedway racing.
but like
Anyway,
fourth in line trying to push, it's never gonna go well.
Anyway, still finish the race well. Go celebrate that podium, and yeah.
I think Roscoe might need to go on medical leave, or
Yeah.
might need a coffin.
Yeah,
173 into the outside wall.
We'll bring him in later. Thank you for joining us. And last but certainly not least, winning the race, David De Silva. What a way to win it. You got a copy.
Oh, yes, I do.
Winning it here in overtime. Maybe Rosca's dead, but you won the race regardless.
Yeah, I think strategy just kind of played the right cards today. I started off the race very passive. I really wanted to just get the first 50 laps marked down and have a clean car by the end of that. And then I think the last 25, 30 laps or so, I was starting to pick up the pace a little bit, and I realized I had some good speed under this hood. And luckily for me, things just played out right. I dove to the outside when I saw a hole open onto the outside, and I just prayed I wouldn't get into a recreation of what brought out the overtime in the first place. But
yeah, great way to win the first race of the season. Hopefully you carry this momentum next week into Atlanta. Go celebrate your win.
Thank you. This one's for Kyle.
This one's for Rowdy. All right, now let's bring in the dead man. Let's bring in here Christopher Rosca. How concussed are you?
Dale Jr., early 2000s.
That was by far your most violent wreck I've ever seen.
Oh.
This beats OCS.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what a way to finish it out, I guess.
I had what I thought was the winning move on the white flag lap, or on the green flag lap, getting in front of my teammate Brian Reyes, and he and I were working together trying to push, and then just ping-ponging up, down, and I found the wall and I found the catch fence.
As you normally do. Well, hopefully you don't find air at Atlanta next week. We'll see you then.
See you next week.
All right, well, that'll do us for us now at the Green Flag Racing Network. I'm Robert McKay. Alongside myself has been Wolfie. It's been an honor. Great race here at Daytona. I will see you next week for Atlanta Round 2 of the BRRA Racing Association Cup Series. For the Mystic Racing League, we have 2 brand new series starting next week with their super late models and their Legends cars. I unfortunately will not be in the booth with you for the first 2 weeks of those 2 new series. I got some stuff going on, so you will have Christopher Rosca and 2 very great color commentators alongside. This has been the Green Flag Racing Network at Daytona International Speedway. We'll see you Monday or next week. Take care, folks.